Hello, viewers. Hello, subscribers. Hi, subscribers. Hi, viewers. Me again. Another beautiful day. Hope your 5 senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Yep. Yay. Thought I forgot you guys, huh? You know what? Loading YouTube videos on this. Yeah, I run into some issues sometimes, man. So I was trying to upload videos yesterday. Didn't go. So I said, you know what? Let me do it like this. So anyway, it's Monday, so I'm gonna keep you guys in the loop on what's going on. There was an article that I was trying to cover too on phonics. About the AYANEO. Linux is gonna be getting update from Linux. So yeah. See, the first article here that I have for you guys is from Linux 6.18. Listen to this. It says here, Linux 6.18 sees large second release candidate, but everything is on track. This article is on NeoWind. It says here, Linus Torvald, the founder and maintainer of Linux kernel, has just released the second release candidate of the Linux 6.18. Torvald said this week contained no huge surprises, which is certainly promise for a stable development cycle and timely release. With that said, there were a number of regressions found in the first release candidates, so some of these needed to be fixed. Luckily, some turned out to be trivial and configuration issues. It says here, while no huge surprises were encountered, this time Torvald did say that this release was on the bigger side and that some of the regressions are still outstanding, but slow progression will be made over the course of the release. He said that it's still early days for Linux 6.18, so he's not very worried and things look fairly normal. Says regarding trivial configuration issues mentioned earlier, Torvald said there was a case in Big Indian SH4 which had bugs in the QEMU test environments. He said, luckily, that these were not actually new kernel bugs. And then he says the announcement was topped off with a call for developers to keep testing the new kernel update. This is pretty standard. If you do decide to have a look into testing it, be sure to do so on a virtual machine or non-production machine, as the kernel is a low-lying component and can easily cause you a headache if things go wrong. And then he says the second release candidate brought with it plenty of subsystem fixes for major components such as KVM, AMD GPU, BPF, and file system like BTRFS and extension 4. There was also a commit made by Torvald himself that says a long-standing extension 3 def config option was removed, suggesting some minor cleanup, and maintenance is happening too. It's important to keep in mind that these release candidates aren't about introducing new features. That is done during the merge window. The release candidates are for stabilizing features before they're given to public. Yeah, so there you have it. Torvald's up to his usual stuff, and they're still working on. By the looks of this, they're still working on Linux 6.18. So I'll keep you guys in the loop on this. So they have stuff to work on for as KVM, AMD GPU, BPF, file system, BTRFS, and extension 4. Yeah, and extension 3. So yeah, Linux is moving right along, man. More updates is coming. Yeah. So more testing needed to be done, but I'll keep you guys in the loop on this. Now, there's another article here that I need to get to. There's one more here. This is about Xubuntu. Let's see, what do we got here? Yeah. Let's see here. What's this one? Got 5 comments on it. The one that I just read didn't have any comments. This one said this. Xubuntu website compromised to deliver crypto malware to Windows 10 refugees. He says, you are probably aware, if you have been reading NeoWin in recent weeks, that Windows 10 reached end of life on October 14. For those people not able to upgrade to Windows 11 due to insufficient hardware, a popular choice has been to switch to Linux. And hackers knows this. Well, over the weekend, the website Xubuntu and Ubuntu spin was compromised to serve Windows malware. According to Oh My God Ubuntu, the malware was being served in the ironically named file Xubuntu safe download zip, which was being downloaded by users who tried to download the official torrent file. If you didn't download the torrent, you should be fine. Inside the zip file was a Windows extension routine which contained the malware and a term of service text file. While this wouldn't have tricked an experienced user who knows they're looking for an ISO or IMG file, a Linux novice who was never left Windows might not realize this and click the .exe and getting their machine infected. It says here the malware itself was designed to intercept links for cryptocurrency accounts copied to the clipboard, probably in an attempt to clear user out of their savings. As a cryptocurrency is largely unregulated, it's much harder to get your asset back when compared to money being taken from your bank account. And then it says, keep going here. It says here, once the team learned about what happened, they took down the affected download page immediately, so others wouldn't be able to infect their PCs. The project said that it's expediting static sites development to replace the aging WordPress instance. While this sucks for credibility of the Xubuntu projects, users should be fully aware of the compromise was very limited. No other flavor of Ubuntu, the Ubuntu infrastructure, or direct Xubuntu is ISO downloads were compromised. Also, if you are running Xubuntu, there is no need to worry as this attack doesn't affect you. Then it says, while the Xubuntu team works on the new website, you'll need to head here to download the Xubuntu, which is safe to do. Yeah, see, this is why we got these security experts. You know, good thing they picked up on this. You know, and they were able to isolate the problem and keep the user base safe. But you know with these different distros that went, this was just a warning too. This was just a warning. I mean, with the different distros that Linux have, this was a warning. So now the security experts for all the Linux distros are going to be looking at this, and then they're going to look at whatever distro they're using, whether it's Fedora, whether it's Puppy Linux, Slackware, XFCE, all those Ubuntu itself, or who else can I think of here? There's so many of them. Let's see Debian. There's a few others, but they're going to be looking at this, and they're going to be doing some security updates for their distros. So yeah, good job on the Xubuntu team for picking up on this. Now, let's see, who do we got here on the comment side of things? Who's on the who's in the comment section here? Let's see what we got. Where we at? Xubuntu. Okay, 5 comments. Let's see what we got here. 5 comments. 5 of them. Let's see. Whoops. Get out of there. Get out of there. Okay. Chun Wee said this. Torrent is full of junk. And then Nick said this. What? Torrent are full of whatever payload they are populated with. Torrent is a perfectly valid way to distribute content. And then good bot, bad bot, he said, okay. Then Adrenaline says, is this your way of saying you don't know how to use them? And then Dramaine said this: I don't even know if something is so stupid is a troll or legit. Anyway, yeah, but good thing that but still though, good for the security team though for picking up on this and isolating the problem and adding some fixes and keeping the users safe from from harm. So and for a person that's not experienced with the Linux kernel, that was a good move for them, for protecting that user from harm. Good for them. Now, what else we got here on the Linux Linux news here? See if I can pull something up here. What's this? Seeing something about. Okay, all right. Here's another one. See if I can get it. So I can get this one. Here's another one. KDE team. What's this? KDE team puts finishing touches on Plasma 6.5 as stable release date approaches. Says another week is here, and the KDE team is back with another this week in the Plasma update, highlighting the finishing touches put into Plasma 6.5, which is merely just 3 days away. Let's take a look at the most notable changes. KWin dim inactive effects in Plasma 6.5 has been clamped to a strengthened level between 10 and 90%, because setting outside that range produce nonsensical results. In addition to that, the KDE team ironed out several bugs, including a KWin crash that occurred when you woke a laptop from sleep after disconnecting an external display. And then it says the update is also a current problem that caused a remote desktop connection to fail when using a recent version of FFmpeg. Another fix addresses an issue where the screen content would not update frequently enough when a user enable full screen color blindness correction effects. Then it says here, finally, for NVIDIA users, a bug that made system monitor sensor display the wrong values for certain GPU has been squashed. And it says Plasma 6.5.1, the bug fixes released for Plasma 6.5 will ship with fixes for multiple users, interface issues on system settings, remote desktop page. The team also fixed a bug that could cause minor visual glitches when moving the pointer in and out of the window of certain applications. It says, even though Plasma 6.5 is not out yet, KDE is already working on the next major release, but that's Plasma 6.6. This will bring an updated application dashboard widget that can be configured to follow the system color schemes, although the default is dark mode. Then it says you can also resize the area between the widget, favorite, and application section. The top level menu item have been modified with slightly rounded highlights, and the Bing picture of the day wallpaper provider will now shows a thumbnail that reflects the image actual aspect ratio instead of always showing a portrait version of it. Yeah. And it says, as for bug fixes scheduled for Plasma 6.6, they include, that's what they got here. Discover no longer crashes when Flatpak is installed, is unavailable for some reason. This then it says here, one more, almost done here. If I can get this. Uh-oh. Get out of there. They always give me this pop-ups. And let's see here. And we got 17 comments. Let's see what they... And the last one is this. It says, a bug that incorrectly store IPsec password for some VPNs, which cause them to ask for password every time you connect, has been fixed. Yeah. See, developers are working. So yeah, KDE 6.5 will be out soon. It's coming, but they're working on 6.6 already. Good for them, man. Linux team moving. All right, now, any comments from the commentators? Let's see what we got. Let's see if I can go through this. Let's see here, commentators. What we got? The comments. Let's see what we got. What do we got? Come on now. Where's the comments? Show yourself. Oh, here we go. 17 of them too. Let's see what let me see what they're yapping about here. Okay. Fast Cat said this: perfect. Just on time to upgrade my OS from Windows 10 to Linux KDE. And then Johnny said this: Genome is much better. Then Leon, he said, there's no Linux KDE distro unless you're referring to KDE Neon, perhaps. Then Leon comes back again. That's for the individuals to decide. Don't you think? Good, we have options. And then Mind Over Matter said this. Yeah, I think he meant Neon, and still Genome isn't the answer. Just one out of many. Smiley face. Who was this? And then Raiden said this: there is, it's called KDE Linux. It's there also KDE Neon, LOL. Not sure what the difference is, but are managed by KDE. Just Google KDE Linux is upcoming. It's new distro from the ground up, rather than the Ubuntu based Neon. Then Leon said, oh yeah, I heard about that. It's the upcoming KDE official distro. Yeah, it's very new, so I forgot. And Goodbot, Badbot, he said, why do certain people in the Linux community insist on hurting said community? Please stick to Plasma versus Genome argument. To forum flame wars. I am of course assuming you are part of the Linux community, not just a troll. And then Dusto, he says KDE Neon is on track to become a first-party distro rather than just a development platform. And Adrenaline, he says, no, it isn't. It will be different distro altogether. They aren't even based on the same distro, and one is immutable while the other is not. And Leon says, no, KDE Neon is its own distro. KDE will be released soon. A new distro called KDE Linux. There are two different distros, but official one will be KDE Linux. Then Chun says that this is one way how Linux confused people, made them not to use it. Yeah, gotta keep stuff simple, you know. And Dusto, he says, oh great, why do they have to be so with this with that name? Let's see, who's this? Adrenaline. They assume their users will read and know the difference instead of assuming one is the other. And then Skinny said this: looking good. Thardis mentioning it this week of KDE 29th anniversary, and they're launching their annual fundraiser per the blog entry itself. And then who was this? PM said this: using Fedora KDE, very happy with it. Only issue was MS Office. No library office won't do it, which was sorted out with KVM/QEMU VM and WinApp sorted. It says, I also tried WinBoats. Man, that thing is faster than Windows 11. Bare metal. How that even possible? It's Linux. So yeah. But you KDE fit nerds, you're good. Developers got you guys covered, man. They're working on 6.5 and 6.6, and they fixed some bugs. So, yeah, good. Good for them. Linux is just moving right along. Now, I think there's one more here. I think I can go through it. Let's see here. What's this? Yeah, I think I can do it. I think it's. Let's see here. I think it's Windows versus Linux article. Figure I'll just get all of them while I'm at it. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Come on now. Where are you? No. Okay, there was one here that was on Windows. I think that's it. I think that's it. I just saw something about Windows versus Linux, but I'm gonna make sure I got it. I'm looking. Okay, I did that. Did Xubuntu. Did Linus Torvald. And anything else? Should be something else here. Should be something. Nope, that's that. So actually, wait a minute. Let me go back and look here. Let's see here. Let's see see if Pharonics got anything. Pharonics. Let's see what they got here. Okay. There was something about a handheld here that I'm trying to get to. Oh, here we go. Yeah, got you guys. Let's see here. What's this? What's this? Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is Linux supporting the AYANEO 3. Listen to this. It says here, AYANEO 3 modular handheld console prepares for better Linux support with new drivers. It says here, there has already been hardware monitoring support and other functionality in place under Linux for various AYANEO devices, while a new platform driver is being worked on for the new AYANEO 3 device. The recent launch of AYANEO 3 is likely the first modular handheld console with the ability to change input controls either for different control modules or the layout orientation of the input. AYANEO 3 has both OLED and LCD screen options, plus it's yet another device powered by the AMD Ryzen AI 300 series for very fast performance. It says here, Antheus Capenakakis has been working on a Linux platform driver for improving support for the new AYANEO 3. The driver can handle the module management for this modular device, plus HWMon support as well as power management. The module management is being handled via firmware attributes with the system FS interface. It says Capenakakis explained of this new AYANEO embedded controller EC driver for Linux. It says this series introduced a platform driver for AYANEO devices, AYANEO EC. This driver provides HWMon support, powered movement management, and mobile management. Then it says for the new AYANEO 3 device, module management is done through the new firmware attribute system FS interface. Luckily, all AYANEO devices with an ACPI mapped EC use the same register. Older devices also use a memory map region for RGB, but that is placed by HID in the new AYANEO 3. Therefore, this allows for simple driver design that provides robust future support. The memory map region can be upstreamed as a different RGB driver in the future or remain out of tree. It says those interested in the new AYANEO EC driver for enhancing AYANEO device support on Linux can find the latest patch series on the platform's driver quotes x86.mailinglist.com. dot. And there's one comment. So yeah, Linux got you AYANEO users covered. Got you good. Got one comment here. See who got something to say here. Who got something to say here? Let's see here. Dietrich said this. I was seriously attempting to get this device, but was holding out due to Linux support. SteamOS on a decked out loadout of this device would be a serious gaming machine indeed. Yeah. So Linux got you covered. Remember, Valve said they were bringing SteamOS to other devices, so AYANEO 3 is not exempt. So yeah, Linux has their back, has AYANEO's back. So and this developer, he put some work into this. He's working on this in Theus, and these are drivers for the handheld. So. No handheld is exempt under Linux. They got you. So a new driver for the AYANEO 3 being worked on. Anywho, that's it though. But I'm gonna keep you guys in the loop. Wait a minute. I think there's one more. I think there was a wine 10. If I'm not mistaken here. Let's see here. See, there was something about wine. Let's see if I can get it. Should be here. Oh, yeah. One more. Last one. And I'm done. Let's see. Wine staging 10.17. Land fixes for 11-year-old bug report affecting various games. It says building off yesterday's release of Wine 10.17 is now a wine staging 10.17 that is carrying 295 extra patches atop of the upstream wine code base for testing at the leading edge of this open source software for enjoying Windows games and application on Linux. Wine staging 10.17 is slightly lighter than the prior release due to a number of shell Direct3D 10, Wine X11, and COM-CTL32 and other patches making their way into the upstream Wine codebase. As for new code in Wine, notable is a fix for an 11-year-old bug report, bug 36208, around the Steel Beast demo failing due to an error. Initializing D3DRM is now patched. The Star Wars Rebellion game also has been affected with Wine crashes over D3DRM2. It's likely various other older games are similarly affected. Says here, it ends up being 19 patches in total for working through these direct 3 DRM crashes / errors. Enough is implemented that it should now work correctly. The original bug report was open back in May of 2014, and Wine staging 10.17 also fix for a Microsoft deadly tide due to an ICC vid error around ICM underscore decompress X underscore begins. There is also a fix for Winnie net crash in the internet query option. Then it says plus Wine staging 10.17 also has the latest VKD3D code pulled into for Direct 3D12 atop Vulkan. Both Wine 10.17 and Wine staging 10.17 can be downloaded via wine.org. So yeah, you wine nerds, you're good. Now let's go over to Wine HQ. Let's see what they got here. What do they got? See 10.17. What do they do? Mono engine update to version 10.3.0. EGL render used by default for OpenGL. COM-CTL32 splits into separate V5 and V6 modules. Better support for NC and ODBC drivers. Improved CPU info on FreeBSD. Various bug fixes. You guys are good. So yeah, there you go. All the news and updates for you Linux you Linux nerds, yeah, got you covered, man. Got you covered. Yeah. So that should do it for now. So that should help you Linux folks on your Steam decks, your laptop, your desktop, your servers, or even your mainframe. Yes, that should hold you for now. So I'll keep you guys in the loop. Look, I tried to do some videos yesterday, and I had them separated. They weren't loading, so I said, you know what? Let me do it all. Let me do them all together, and then be done with it. You know, I only took up 30 minutes of your time, so you got another, what's that? Another 24 hours in a day. You got 23 hours and a half to do something, so it wasn't that bad. Anyway, man, so you Linux folks, you're good, and you'll see me again. And catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.